Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today is day number 10 at this house construction. So we've been working 9 days so far and we managed to do all the walls, all the external walls, all the internal walls. We managed to put all the OSB on the external walls. The loft floor is done, so all we have left to do is to do the roof. So I'm only gonna be here for another 2 days, so the day number 10 and day number 11, and we're planning to have the roof done, and then my friend can do the roof tiles by himself. I did say before, I'm here to help a friend to build his own house, and our plan was to have this done in 2 weeks. As you can see here, we are ready to start with the roof. We have all the posts in the position. At the far end you will see the last post is supported by 3 bracers. Is the same on the other side. This is just temporary because on that wall there will be a window, and the ridge beam will actually sit on top of that window. Obviously that will be a proper structure for that, but we thought it would be a lot easier to have the ridge nice and straight, to have all the rafters in place, and then to build this wall to actually suit the opening. We thought that this will be a lot more easier and a lot more faster. So as you can see, we left some space in here so we can actually go around and build that wall. We just thought that this would be obviously an easy way to do these things. So the rafters will be bolted to the actually floor joists, as you can see on these images. They are 6x2s or 150 by 50 millimeters timber, and they're all gonna be bolted to the floor joists, and they will be sitting on a set of purlins in the middle. Also obviously they will sit at the top on the ridge, and there will also be some bracers. And I'm gonna show you now how we're going to cut these rafters. As you can see, we have a bunch of rafters up on the floor. They already been cut at one end. That's the end that sits on the ridge. So we've obviously found out the angle and we cut that the same to all of them. Now all we have to do is to cut the bird mouth. So that's the part that's gonna sit on the exterior plate. So that's gonna be sitting on the exterior wall on the plate. I'm just gonna take the camera close now and I'm gonna show you how we're going to do that. So basically, if your building is square, then you can obviously do one rafter and copy all of them. If your building is not square, you're gonna have to obviously adjust it as you go along, depending of the building. So our building is square. We're just gonna obviously copy one rafter to all of them. So we are just using a circular saw to cut the mark, and after that we're just gonna use a hand saw and finish off the cut with the hand saw. So don't be tempted to cut more just to be obviously cutting this with a circular saw, because that will obviously weaken the actually timber. So use a hand saw and cut the rest. As you know, when you use a circular saw, the blade is round, so it's not gonna reach all the corners. So you just have to use a hand saw and finish the cut. So this is what we do with all of them. We just take them one by one. We're cutting everything, and then we're just gonna go and install them. Even if I wanted to have a lot of footage from this part when we're obviously building the roof, that wasn't possible because of the heat. We was working in a very hot condition. It was about 38-40 degrees, sun. So obviously because of that, the camera was overheating and it was switching off and so on. So I hope we're gonna show you the essential part, but if there's anyone that has any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section. And also don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. I did said earlier, it's very important to have a nice and square building when it comes to obviously corners and measurements, because if you off even by, let's say, 2 centimeters on, let's say, 10 meters, then everything that you're gonna have to cut and measure, you're gonna have to do that individually. So obviously that will take a lot more time than, for instance, we have about 80 rafters, about 88 rafters, so 44 on either side, I think there was, because we spaced them 300, 350 in center. So imagine to have to measure and cut most of this individually, compare with obviously just marking one, cutting one, check in couple of places, and then obviously copy this rafter. So very important to have everything obviously nice, square, and scaled properly in every house construction. I think that's one of the keys of being obviously fast and productive. The timber that we use for the rafters is 6 by 2 or 150 millimeters by 50 millimeters, and this timber has been bought from a different supplier. So this wood was a million times better than the one that we used to do the walls and frame the house. So I'm glad that the owner bought this from a different supplier, because it made our life a lot easier. Most of the boards was actually straight, no caps and bows. So this obviously made our alignment, and you will see later when we put the purlins in to support about in the middle of the actually rafters. That made our life a lot more easier than if you will have some very bad timber. The only difference in rafters, like I said, we did copy them all in. It was here when we meet the porch. All we have to do there is to obviously shorten the rafter so it just finish a couple of centimeters above the that porch roof. Okay, so the roof is almost complete. As you can see, we have installed the purlins. At the moment they are supported on doors 4 posts that you see previous. There will be a lot more bracings and a lot more support. It's just that obviously this is how I left the job. So this is day number 11. This is how much we managed to do in 11 days. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna take some footages from outside, and then I'm also gonna put some footages after I left, with the insulation and with the roof tiles and everything else. But as you can see, this is how far we got. You can see that we tightened the rafters together. That will be done on either rafter. So let me take the camera and go outside and see how I'm gonna lift this house. Okay, so this is how the house looks from outside. This is obviously the front. That's the front door. That's the front porch with a flat roof above. The rafters still need to be cut to the right length. We just obviously left them as they are, as you normally do. You can obviously, if you have a square building, you can cut everything in one go, but I think it's better and easier to leave them long, just in case you might want to change something, or you're thinking of anything else, a bigger insulation, etc. So this is how the house looks from the outside. 11 days, all the walls are done, internal and external. Most of the walls being the obviously OSB been installed. So I'm just gonna take you now and show you some footage from after I left. So this is a video that's been sent to me by my friend. This is how the loft looks after a couple of days. You can see the structure is pretty much done. Always be in place. That will be a lot of storage on either side of the purlins. The windows are in, the walls are in, all the rafters being tied together. So I think that will be a pretty decent loft. Okay, and now like I said, I'm gonna show you the progress of the house. Bear in mind, everything that you will see here is been done in 25 days. So from start to finish, 25 days, I think that is a pretty good time. It's not that this matter too much if it's, let's say, 20 days or 60 days, but I think it's a good result that has been accomplished in 25 days. You can see the windows, the doors are in. You will see the house has been insulated with rock wool, with solid slab rock wool, which obviously is, you can see here, there's obviously resistant to fire. So I think it's a good addition for a wood house. You can see here the silicon render's been done. And like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Goodbye.